Welcome back. Today we're breaking down Galaxy Gas. Who's behind it? Is it bad? Is it really just for food? And am I in my old man arc? Because today we're complaining about a TikTok trend, okay? A dangerous trend. No, the answer is no. I'm very cool, still very hip, still very with it, okay? But I did want to talk about nitrous oxide today, a.k.a. laughing gas, a.k.a. whippets, a.k.a. doing a Kanye. Look, it's kind of an old thing, and that's kind of become a new thing because we've Americanized this small little canister that used to, you used to get this little cartridge thing, and people would inhale it and get high. You get it at the dentist sometimes. Now we've turned it into a flavored giant canister that kids are walking around school and doing in their classroom.
God damn, what the
Now, it's not just the youth that are on this. It's also mainstream celebrities. Like Kanye West was recently exposed for being addicted to nitrous oxide. I say exposed, but he also posted this video.
Ryan Garcia, this Jay, I'm on the nitrous.
So I don't know how much you can expose somebody who's just posting that. But rappers everywhere are sort of also getting into this. In fact, Adam22, who does a podcast kind of covering some of this stuff, released a video 4 years ago talking about this drug is taking over the rap game. Even back then, it was becoming more popular. Here's kind of what he said about it.
Now, it all seems like fun and games at first, right? Like laughing gas can't be so bad. But in the long term is when you really start to see the nasty side effects kick in.
Funny enough, if you fast forward 4 years to today, he was on his podcast recently and did whippets on his own podcast, which I thought was weird for someone who's like, yeah, this is bad. It's going to ruin your brain. All right, let's go.
You better blur my ass so bad, Michael.
All right, now you add him 22 now.
Yeah, I overdid it. I did it too fast. What the?
You add him.
How the am I letting him do this?
You add him.
But it's not just the kids and rappers. Even Joe Rogan's podcast has seen some of this stuff. Ari Shaffir, a comedian, recently did whippets live on the show.
What is that? You spaz, don't you?
What do you got, whippets?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
you sick.
you whippets?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Might not be
Is this
Florida, but,
legal? No.
Yes, like you get them at head shops.
No. No?
You're going to forget how to play pool.
Okay, do whippets kill brain cells?
Okay, so then he's taking whippets while Joe Rogan's reading. Do they kill brain cells? Yes or no? Answer actually is a yes. But if you heard in the background, they kind of say, is this legal? And then somebody's like, no. And somebody else says, well, no, they just sell them in like head shops everywhere. And that's part of the problem, is that while nitrous oxide is supposed to be just for, dental, like as a drug to be consumed by people, is supposed to be controlled. At the same time, there's also this kind of loophole where it technically can be sold for culinary purposes, where it's sold for like whipped cream, because to use a whipped cream canister, you need a little bit of nitrous in order to make it like fluffy. But it's not going to make you high because you're not actually ingesting the stuff. So the loophole that has been figured out by these companies is that you can sell these canisters as chargers for whipped cream. And this brings us to Galaxy Gas. This is currently the most popular way to abuse nitrous oxide. And if you go to their website, they say that it's intended solely as a food processing propellant for whipped cream and culinary use only. And you say yes. And then they have recipes for how to use their product. And then you can see all their different stuff here. However, this is just a cover story. And part of the reason I'm doing this is it pissed me off the way people credulously cover this stuff, where they go, people are misusing Galaxy Gas. It's actually intended as a food product.
So it's supposed to take your desserts to the next level, but using it the wrong way is leaving people high.
It's not a food product. The creators know it's not a food product. This is just how they get around the law. right?
Teens are getting a hold of galaxy gas and similar products following a dangerous trend on, of course, all places, social media. And while it has many legitimate uses, it also creates a brief but potentially deadly high.
The way you cover loopholes like this isn't going like, oh, it's being, it was intended for this, but it's being misused. No, it was always intended to be abused. So I saw this video is kind of the reason I'm covering all of this. This video says the guy who invented galaxy gas, and it says he has no idea at the bottom, as if he thought this was going, and by the way, this is not the creator of galaxy gas, but this video was created, and it's an old commercial that got saved, and it's of them talking about the food, like the food aspect of all of this. And people just believe this stuff.
Galaxy gas? Well, you probably already know. But really, we're the best thing that's ever happened to your kitchen. Because Galaxy gas is the purest culinary nitrous in the galaxy. Why start your morning off with that boring Keurig coffee when you can just as easily whip yourself up a nitro cold? We got 8 amazing flavors for you to chef up whatever your heart desires.
So if the bad acting wasn't sort of already a dead giveaway, there's even more proof that this is just a silly cover-up. Now, albeit they're going through with the bit because they create little recipes. Even if you go to their website, they have like all their YouTube videos are them like creating little recipes with their thing. Like so they're really committing to the idea that, oh, we really believe this is everyone's using this to chef stuff up. But there's an easy way this is not true. And that's because if you were to actually use these canisters for their intended purpose of whipped cream, it's way too much. Like you only need a tiny amount of nitrous to fill an entire whipped cream can. And so this report at Fox 8 Local did a good job of breaking this down.
Of whipped cream per container. Now a can like this typically takes about 6.5 grams of nitrous oxide to make. Compare that to this tank with 2,000 grams of nitrous oxide. If you portion things out similarly, you can make approximately 22,792 servings of whipped cream with that strawberry watermelon nitrous alone.
It's preposterous once you actually learn how much whipped cream this stuff could make to think that anyone in their right mind would be using it for this. And obviously the creators of the product who are portioning it out know that fact. The reason they're selling something that could make 22,000 servings of whipped cream, which no normal person needs, is because they know nobody's using it actually for culinary purposes. The other thing is a lot of these products are not sold by a culinary place. It's sold by like vape shops. In fact, if you remember the guy who supposedly created Galaxy Gas, I'll show you them again. That's the buddy, and this is the other guy, this guy who did not invent it but supposedly invented it. Turns out you can find him as the promoter of something called Cloud9 Smoke Co., where he is making promotional videos for a vape shop.
The vape in my pocket is the Grello bar in the red apple frozen flavor. It tastes amazing, and of course this bar has the juice indicator.
So obviously this guy is not moonlighting as a chef. This is just a cover story to sell an illegal high, an otherwise illegal high. Now, I want to be clear. I don't believe that's the guy behind all of this. People have been wondering for a while, who is behind Galaxy Gas? Who are these guys? Because nowadays, first of all, nobody's really in front of the product anymore. They shoot most of their videos from the head up, and they cover their sleeves. So it's hard to know. It's clear that they're trying to kind of cover their tracks. But we have a hint from an old magazine that they forgot to scrub off the internet. This is a feature in a vape shop magazine. It says, hitting new highs financially. Here you can see the first mention of the founders, what I believe to be the founders. It says there are brothers Amor, Sammy, Ben, and Kareem. They run something called SBK International, and they're the owners of Cloud9 in Georgia. So the company that guy was promoting, they own it. Sam, Ben, and Kareem Amor. We know this is true because if you go to the state of Georgia, you can find that the guy on file for Galaxy Gas LLC is Khalil Amor. And the same guy is CEO of SBK International with the same last name as those brothers. Again, we can also find in a complaint against Cloud9, and SBK. We also see Khalil Amor, bin Salim Amor, and Sammy Amor all named. So I think these are the guys behind it. They don't want to be on the front of their culinary nitrous organization for obvious reasons, but they are seemingly the guys behind it. At least they're registered as the guys behind it, especially Khalil Amor. Now, it's also worth saying that because this has gotten so popular and so many people are doing it in schools, as well as just culturally, it's kind of nitrous is having another moment because of these supersized canisters of nitrous. It is also being looked at by regulators very closely, and I think probably will get shut down or be meaningfully kind of watched. In fact, Galaxy Gas, a lot of people haven't seen this, recently terminated their Georgia entity. So in just a few days ago, a couple weeks ago, they terminated their company under Georgia law. Additionally, you used to be able to buy their products on Amazon, crazy enough, and now they're unavailable. So are they going under? Are they trying to hide? It's unknown. But what's clear is that all eyes are on these guys, and they're definitely being watched. Now, do I think that's going to be the end of this epidemic? No, because there are so many copycat products and similar people trying to make money on a similar idea. But I want to be clear, all of them use the same stupid loophole of like, ooh, we're just wanting to sell whipped cream flavored chargers. But you know it's not true because of the size of the thing that they sell and where they sell these things. In fact, while looking at this video, even though Galaxy Gas is unavailable, you can get a similar size tank for nitrous oxide. You can get 24 of them, which would do about 500,000 servings of whipped cream directly from Amazon. You can get it shipped to your door, free delivery. So anytime you see this stuff, please do not report like, oh, people are misusing it for the purpose. No, it was always intended to be misused. It was always intended as a way to get people high. It was just a loophole that these scumbags were doing to make money from you losing brain cells or people you love losing brain cells. So, yeah, I just wanted to cover that. I just thought I've seen a lot of people report on this, and everybody seems to be smoke screened by this food intention. And I just wanted to be clear about, like, who's behind this stuff, what's actually going on, and where I think it's going, which is, like, it's probably hit its cultural moment, and I think probably regulators are going to crack down at this point. So, anyway, that's basically it. Thanks for watching this Galaxy Gas review